I want you to close your eyes and think of the number 5.8 million. What do you picture? Maybe you're thinking of $5.8 million, 5.8 million chocolate bars, whatever comes to mind. Now picture 5.8 million people. If you're like me, it's hard to visualize that large a quantity. In fact, I'd say it's pretty mind-boggling. So why is 5.8 million a significant number? Well, that's the number of people in America that currently have Alzheimer's disease. Now, you may already know about Alzheimer's disease, or maybe you even have a personal connection to the disease. Whatever the case may be for you, you'll likely be hearing more about it as it grows in prevalence. In just 30 years, the number of people in America with Alzheimer's will more than double, growing from 5.8 million to 13.8 million. In addition to its growing prevalence, Alzheimer's disease is pervasive, both personally and financially. According to the Alzheimer's Association, 1 in 3 seniors die with Alzheimer's disease or another dementia, and there are about 16.2 million caregivers for those with dementia who, in the past year, provided $244 billion in unpaid care. Due to these factors and influences, it's crucial to learn about Alzheimer's disease, including its basic definition and symptoms, risk factors, and the current status regarding a cure. Doing so will help us better understand what those with Alzheimer's are going through, and will help us better be prepared for the future. So first, what exactly is Alzheimer's disease, and how is it different than the term dementia? While dementia refers to a group of symptoms related to cognitive decline, Alzheimer's disease is one specific, fatal, and progressive disease that falls under that dementia umbrella. In Alzheimer's disease, structures called plaques and tangles kill brain cells, causing the brain to physically shrink in size. According to author and physiology expert Stuart Ira Fox, plaques are accumulated groups of a protein called amyloid that build up between brain cells, while tangles are twisted deposits of another protein called tau that build up inside of brain cells. When plaques and tangles cause brain cells to die, the brain cannot communicate properly and many behavioral symptoms occur. While Alzheimer's disease impacts everyone differently, there are 3 general stages of the disease that are often associated with certain symptoms. Based on its online resources, the Alzheimer's Association states that in the early stage, individuals may experience short-term memory difficulties, hardship performing familiar tasks, and increased trouble planning and organizing. In the middle stage, the person may experience increased memory issues, behavior changes, and sleep patterns. Finally, in the late stage, the person with the disease requires 24/7 assistance. They may not be aware of their surroundings, and they're often unable to verbally communicate at all. So who is at risk for developing Alzheimer's disease? While everyone is ultimately at risk, studies show that age is the greatest risk factor. The Alzheimer's Association sheds light on this fact, stating that after age 65, one's risk of developing Alzheimer's doubles every 5 years. Other significant risk factors include family history, or if someone in your family has or had Alzheimer's, and genetics, if you have genes that either cause or increase your risk of developing the disease. In addition, studies show that certain populations, such as African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and women, are at higher risk, and the reasons for this are still being explored. Finally, certain lifestyle habits, including eating a balanced diet, getting adequate exercise, and being engaged socially, can decrease one's risk. At this point, you may be wondering to yourself, is there a cure? Or at least, are there any treatments available to help? Unfortunately, there are no current drugs or treatments available to prevent, stop, or slow the progression of the disease. But there are drugs available to address the symptoms. While each have various side effects and should thus be discussed between an individual and his or her doctor, these medications generally address symptoms such as memory difficulty, issues with behavior regulation, and sleep changes. Although Alzheimer's disease is no doubt pervasive, it's important to note that there is hope for the future. Several studies are being done to deepen our understanding of how Alzheimer's disease works, how it develops, and what can be done to prevent or stop its development. Doing so would be influential, not only for the millions affected by Alzheimer's in America, but for millions and millions across the world. My name is Marie Bulbuk, and thank you for listening.